Hey, Zip Snipe here. I've been wanting to make I guess a tutorial how to play Empyrion Galactic Survival. So the proper way to really start is really to download the program, of course, install it. You'll have your game icon here. We'll double click that. You know, most tutorials first tell you to go in and start the game, and really we need to go into creative. So we're going to hit new game. I will call it test. We're going to go creative. I always like Omnicron because it's nice and flat, and we're actually going to go to Omnicron orbit. And we're going to hit, actually, we'll go to Omnicron. We'll hit start. And what we're going to do first, before you play the game, is we're going to create a very cheap SV to get you up and off the ground, because in the game you're running around a lot. And if you hit H on your keyboard, it brings up this. We'll just put in some steel blocks right here. And we'll also, while we're at it, we'll put the small vessel block. We'll use this steel block to pop out a window. That's just a like a tutorial base that they start you off with. And here. So what we're going to do is we're going to go H again. If we click on this tab, this is your devices tab. Okay. Over here, we'll click on small vessels. So now it's only going to let us select stuff for small vessels. We need 6 thrusters. We'll need RCS, fuel tank, generator, and a cockpit. I always like to use this one right there. And I tell you what, let's go ahead and throw a constructor on it. And because I'm going to start us off on Omnicron, we'll go ahead and do the O2. Actually, we'll skip the O2 for now. So those are the things we're going to start off with for the small vessel. So you'll plop this down. Okay. And immediately we're going to take out some of these blocks. Try not to take out the center block, which is your core. Now we're going to take the thrusters. We'll get, come on. Sometimes it's a little finicky going in there. If you hit delete on your keyboard, you can rotate the blocks. Now we want this one here. We're going to hit delete again until we get a green arrow, a green line. That's our green axis there. And we'll put one there. Come on. Like I said, it's a little finicky getting it in there. And basically you have 6 directions, so each one of these thrusters is going to be a direction. Now before we put any more thrusters on there, actually here, we'll put these other 2 thrusters and be done with it. We'll if you hit shift and right click on your mouse and point at the block you want to remove, it'll remove that block. So I'm hitting shift and right click and removing these blocks. Now we need to have a directional going up and one going down. So there's our one going up. We can get it to sit there. There we go. And then we need one down. You see that little grid pattern on the back of it? That means it's facing down. Okay, good. Now we're going to take this is a nice little small compact SV. That's all you need. Okay. We'll go ahead and put our RCS on. Just need one first starting. The bigger the SV you build, the more RCSs, the more thrusters you would put on it. Now if we can get in there, there it goes. There's that. And now generator. Oh. There we go. Rotate it. There we go. And now we'll throw this constructor on the back of it. The reason I didn't put the O2 on there was because you can build that in game, the O2. And like I said, it's a little finicky. If you hit J while you're in creative, you can kind of fly up. Let's see if we can get it to sit right there. Okay, this is a very cheap SV to get you up and running around the planet. You'll see in game, we'll save this as test vehicle. Tests, we'll call it start vehicle. You're going to get in it, hit P, and that brings up your control panel. This is how if you access stuff in it. So you got your fuel tank, and it's already got. Usually when you do a starter craft, it'll put 3 in there. In game though, in single player game, you'll have to have the fuel beforehand, and we'll talk about that as you get into the game. A lot of tutorials just start you off on foot, and that's, to me, is just, you know, me and my faction mates. You know, we've been playing this game for a while now, and we've developed certain ways to play it, and I'm going to show you guys how you can play it so you're able to handle the big league when you go into the multiplayer, because the multiplayer, you're dealing with a lot of experienced guys, and they'll come take your stuff if you're not experienced. So we're going to teach you how not to be a noob. So let's see, we're going to get out of this, and if you hit, we're going to look at the ship, okay? We're going to hit Alt and O. It's going to bring up this screen. We're going to hit Save As, Start Ship number 2, because I already got one on here. And we'll hit Save. Okay. Now we're going to escape. And now we'll go in and create a single game. Now a lot of guys want, like I said, they want to start you off on Akua because that's supposedly the easy one. Well, it's not really. You want to go to Omnicron. Omnicron has no air, so you have to constantly get air, but that's really not a problem, because we're going to teach you how to survive all that. So we're going to do this as tutorial. Set. We're going to go survival. Omnicron. As you're falling down, I try to look for a lake, really. And so I've seen one, where was it? A little bit right off there. So we're going to head towards the mountains. Usually on top of a mountain is safe. So if you're, let's say you're running around at night, if you get on top of a mountain, there's usually not too many spiders. Omnicron has lots of spiders. So you'll have to fight them off, but that's a good thing because you get your XP by playing this game. Alright, now you want to click that survival pod, escape pod they call it. We're going to hit that, X that out, hit tab, and now we're going to put this gun in your hand immediately. You need the drill, and that's about it. This is called the survival constructor. It's one of the most important things that you need right now. So we're gonna run. Actually, let's take another look at our. So look, it didn't start us off with a big amount of anything. So we need to go get ore. Now a lot of the servers you play on will probably give you that setting. So doesn't hurt to grab everything when you walk by it. Grab it. That's food that I just picked up. So we're going to get up here, and we're looking for It can be any little lake. It can be one of these things. I usually like to stay away from the crevices, though. The crevices at night usually have spiders and other things, and if you're stuck in a crevice, it's kind of hard to get away from a spider. So, and if you're on multiplayer, you want to grab these because you can sell those. And look at that, just picking up stuff I've gotten to level 2. Alright, you hear the little heartbeat thing? If you're holding down shift while you're running and you let your purple go out, you'll run out of stamina, which just happened to me. And the one thing you want to do in this game is level up as quickly as you can, because they start you off with, there we go, we're going to pick that little lake as our Now if you look on the screen, I got cobalt over there, if you can barely see the writing on the screen, and ahead of me is copper, both ores that I will need. The most used ore in the game is iron, but cobalt is also a very it's used in everything, so you need cobalt. But first we need to get over here to this lake and set up our little base. Oh, look at there, level 3 just by running around. Nice. And promethium. Where's that one? So promethium, if you get within a certain range, I guess it's 500 meters of a deposit, you get what's called a discovery points, and so I just discovered, the cobalt, the promethium, and the copper. Now promethium is what you use to make your batteries. Now in multiplayer, when you set up, most multiplayer servers you play on will have a starter planet, so it's pretty safe on a starter planet. Occasionally they do offer a PvP starter planet, which means if you start on it, other people can come steal your stuff, and they can also kill you. So in this game, because we're single player, we don't have to worry about another player coming to kill us. So we're going to set up this right here. This you need going. We're going to go here. Open that up. And yeah, we got to put all 3 of those in there. That's the air. Right here is a small O2. We call it emergency air, but it's small O2 bottles. You'll need that for air. See the blue line there for oxygen? You're going to need that. My helmet is on, but my jetpack is off. We'll turn that on. If you hit J, that toggles your jetpack on and off. And U takes your helmet on and off. We want to leave it on because we're on a planet with no air. See this bar right here is your level. This is how much I need to go before I can level up to the next level. If we hit tech trees, we're going to have these tabs up here. So right now, tools, see, we want to get to this tier 2 drill. And right now, we need to get to level 10 to get that. So we can undo this one. And that's about it. Maybe a work light, yeah. We're going to worry about the rest. Oh, miscellaneous. And the next thing you want to get to is these large promethium packs, which is, and this one here. We need that. Okay, so let's put, we'll bring this with us. Usually I'll plop the survival constructor down, but the first thing we're going to do is we're going to run over to this promethium and get some promethium.